Good morning, everybody. My name is Jeff Curry. I'm the Alternative Energy Coordinator at Lakeland Electric. I think most of you, half of you, know me by now. Let me take a minute, though, right away to say thank you to all the elected officials and their representatives who attended here this morning. And I'd like to call you all out by name and just wave as I call your name or stand up. And first of all, I'd like to welcome Commissioner Philip Walker. Okay. Mayor Pro Tem Philip Walker. Okay? Yes, sir. And, of course, Commissioner Don Selvage. Good morning, sir. Okay. Moving down, we have Stephen Gately, Field Representative for Congressman Dennis Ross. Okay. Chris Dowdy. Okay. I have notes here. Somebody scribbled. Okay. Sorry. Okay. Wesley Davis Jr., District Aide to State Representative Colleen Burton. Here we go. Matt McBride, District Aide to Representative Mike LaRosse. Good. Welcome. And Renee Willis, District Aide to State Representative John Wood. Somewhere here? Okay. Brittany Hogue, Legislative Assistant to State Representative John Wood. Good morning. There she is. Okay. Barbara Blasingame, Legislative Assistant to State Representative Neil Cumby. I know she's here. There it is. Thank you. Lori Allen, District Secretary to State Representative Neil Cumby. We have that one there? Good. Both of them. And, of course, we have our General Manager, Doug Thomas, is right here. City Manager, I'm sorry.
Doug, is there something I don't know?
Yeah,
You'll get the memo.
Yeah. They didn't get that, did they? Anyway, and of course the Assistant City Manager, Tony Delgado. There you are, Tony. Another Assistant City Manager, Brad Johnson. Good morning, Brad. And of course with Lakeland Electric we have our General Manager, Joel Ivey. Okay, I got that one right. Okay, all right. And of course the Assistant General Manager, Alan Schaefer. Good morning, Alan. Okay. Thank you all for being here. It's very important that you're here. I'm kind of fortunate to be able to stand up here and make the comments because it's actually the people in the congregation that did all the hard work here, and especially want to thank John McMurray's team from Energy Delivery for doing so much of this work. Sun Edison, of course, is our vendor, and they built this giant 70-acre project behind us. And our system is out on the road, and the actual most important part of this whole project is this pole arrangement that you see behind us, which was designed and developed and built by our system engineers, as including communication equipment and much more. So I really want to tell the guys from System Engineer, thank you. Delivery, thank you very much. Sorry about that. Yeah. I just take a few moments and knock out some of the statistics here because you'll hear this from the other speakers as well. We'll all kind of give you what's out here. But this is basically a 6-megawatt power plant. It's slightly bigger, 15% bigger than the one we built down at the airport. So this is 6 megawatts, 6 million watts being generated in clear weather. It's a solar power plant basically divided into two sections. There's a 4-megawatt interconnection right here, and there's a 2-megawatt interconnection down on Sutton Road. So this is the larger of the two. We actually have a total of 6 megawatts here interconnected to two different circuits. It consists of about 23,300 different solar panels over 70 acres of land. So that's what you're looking at behind us. We do have single-axis tracking equipment here, and we're going to demonstrate it for you here before you leave. But essentially what that means is that these are motor-driven, and all of these solar panels, 23,000 of them, will move all day long, tracking the sun from east to west. And that's a valuable part of contributing to the overall performance of the equipment. This particular project offsets a good 11,000 tons of carbon dioxide annually, fossil fuel generation. And it's equivalent basically building a small forest of about 20,000 trees or something. We're currently planning to launch a community solar program and offer our customers the option of buying solar energy from a specific location, a power plant dedicated to that customer a voluntary program, and this will be the solar power plant for those customers who want to enroll in the community solar program, and they'll have a choice of buying this electricity as opposed to conventional if they choose to. That program should be available sometime by about the first of the year. This will be the solar power plant that generates that energy. And this, combined with our solar hot water program, which we already have up and running, allows our customers to have multiple choices to buy solar energy as well as electricity from Lakeland Electric. And those are the comments that I really want to make, and I basically want to introduce our next speaker, and he doesn't need much of an introduction. The guy of surprise announcements, our city manager, Doug.
Thank you, Jeff. And it's always a pleasure to be part of these ceremonies, especially with solar power programs. My staff has joked with me to say, with my hairline, I epitomize solar energy out there. So appreciate being part of it today. Before I start with my opening remarks, I do want to take a moment to recognize Mr. Jeff Curry. Jeff serves as our alternative energy coordinator. And I can tell you, in my close to 30-plus years in this business and city management, I have met a lot of people in the energy business. I have never met an individual who has got as much passion and dedication, enthusiasm, and advocacy for alternative energy than our very own Jeff Curry. And I just want to take a moment to publicly thank him for all that he has done, not only on behalf of our utility, but on behalf of our customer base that really is looking for options and programs that can be green energy as we move into sustainability efforts with Lakeland Electric. So Jeff, I just want to take this time to certainly recognize you and thank you for all your dedication. Now let's talk a little bit about this project. This represents our third of 5 projects that we are doing with our great partner, SunEdison. I can remember, it was almost 8 years ago when we first started this conversation, but about 7 years ago since we started breaking ground and putting these installations across our territory. And at that time, our general manager, Jim Stanfield, and I had talked about things in concert with Jeff and his advocacy efforts about how we could expand the program. Lakeland has always been a leader in solar energy, but the question was, how could we expand that program going into the next generation? And because there are various tax credits that are available for solar installations, we as a municipal electric utility were not eligible to participate in those tax credits because we don't pay taxes to the IRS. So we started a concept of reaching out and trying to find a public sector or private sector partner that could in fact leverage those tax credits, and that led us into a conversation over a period of time with SunEdison, whereby they could go out and purchase and own and do the installation of these various solar farm facilities in our territory. They were able to leverage those tax credits. We turned around and then purchased in a public-private partnership the energy that is generated from this effort over a long-term purchase power agreement. And there you have it at that point. You have a wonderful marriage between the private sector and the public sector that helps our customer base. So I really want to thank our partners, and we're going to have a chance to hear from Francie here shortly on SunEdison. But it is truly a unique public-private venture that you don't see elsewhere. Want to talk a little bit about the project. Jeff mentioned that this particular farm that's behind me will generate 6 megawatts of electricity, and on a day like today, once the sun gets past that tree and we're going to be in the sunshine, we'll have on a typical day enough power to generate for approximately 2,000 of our customers here in the city. When we finish our 5th project, we have 2 more obviously in the hopper. We finish that, we'll have over 20 megawatts of solar power generation, which represents about 4% of our total summer daytime usage across the city of Lakeland. Now that's a significant number. I know you're going to try to put that in context, but at the time we complete that project, Lakeland Electric will have more solar power than any other municipal electric utility in the state of Florida. So my congratulations to the utility. So as I conclude my remarks this morning, I just want to thank the City Commission. I want to thank the Utility Committee. I certainly want to thank our staff. I want to thank our partners in SunEdison and all the different private sector groups that work with them, engineering and subcontractors, to be part of this effort. Lakeland Electric likes to be the leader in so many different arenas, and we truly are blessed to be the leader not only here in the state but also across the nation in advancing solar energy programs at the municipal level. So thank you very much. Congratulations to all the team, and I'll turn it back over to Jeff.
Thanks, Doug. Very good. Thank you very much. Always good to hear Doug speak. And our next speaker, and I definitely invited Franny Uhas to come from out of town. She flew in yesterday. She represents Lakeland Electric. She's been working with us for years now on these projects. I met her in probably 2007 or 8. I can't even remember how long I've known her. So Franny, would you please come up here and speak on behalf of SunEdison? Thank you.
Thank you, Jeff, and good morning. I'm happy to be here on behalf of SunEdison and to share a little bit of history in my pleasure in working with the City of Lakeland staff and Lakeland Electric. I can reiterate everything Doug said about Jeff and recognizing his leadership in this effort. My journey with Lakeland Electric began in November of 2007 when I received a request for proposal from the city seeking a private partner to help them develop their solar renewable energy program. And I was, having worked at SunEdison and in the solar industry in its infancy since 2005, I was truly excited to work with a municipal utility, a real electricity provider who was sincerely interested in adding solar energy to their renewable resource or to their resource mix. I applaud Jeff Curry and his leadership in initiating the program and having the vision to, at that time, recognize that solar energy could benefit the total operation of Lakeland Electric. So the program that Lakeland Electric had envisioned would allow larger commercial customers to participate in the program as well as demonstrate the benefits, the potential benefits of solar energy at a true utility scale, like you see of this 6-megawatt project behind us. So I applaud Jeff's vision and his leadership, but also his long-term commitment to ensuring that this program is successful over the long term. And here we are 7.5 years and several site visits later that you see the Sutton program, the Sutton project, as well as the 3 solar projects that preceded this one are evidence of that perseverance and that leadership. And we wouldn't be here today without that vision of Jeff Curry and of the progressive leadership of where Mr. Joel Ivey sees the program and the potential for the future of the program and the additional benefits that solar can bring. So thank you for your business. Thank you for the collaborative approach and partnership, and equally important, the opportunity for me to compile a list of lessons learned that we've been able to share with your peers, our customers in the industry, as the industry has matured. So we truly appreciate the role that Lakeland Electric and the City of Lakeland has played in allowing SunEdison to become the largest renewable energy company that it is. Thank you.
Thank you, Franny, for all the kind remarks. I didn't expect all that. Our next speaker, of course, is a very important person in our agenda here today, and I don't think everybody here certainly knows. I'm going to introduce our Commissioner and Mayor Pro Tem, Philip Walker. Come on, Philip. Good morning, sir.
Well, good morning.
Good morning.
Okay. Good morning. That's better. Thank you. On behalf, of course, of the City of Lakeland and, of course, our mayor in his absence, and, of course, we have my fellow colleague, Commissioner Salvage, here in our audience, and all the other elected officials' aides. Thank you all for coming out this morning to be a part of this festive occasion. This is one, of course, that I believe is, still, when you think about Lakeland being, Lakeland Electric, I should say, being the 3rd largest public as far as electric, provider here in our state, that's something that, to clap about. So let's give a round of applause even for that. But I appreciate, what, has come about in this being the 3rd, as I believe it would be, solar farm, and as we call alternative energy for our city and for the residents here in our city. And of course, it's been called the Bella Vista Solar Farm, making an impact today that will even continue on in the future as well. And not only that, but the partnership again that has been shared by City Manager Thomas and Mr. Curry, and as well as a representative here from SunEdison, to continue on to make sure that we can provide the kind of, energy and those kind of things that our citizens will need to go into the future. So thank you for that as well. Creating 86 jobs, in this local kind of construction jobs for this particular site, and just think about the other 2 sites that will come about here in the future that will bring about more jobs here in our city. So we're thankful for that as well. And enough, energy will be, coming out of this ground, out of this particular, the sun and of course the sun rays and those kind of things to provide over 2,000 residents for energy here in our community. That's an accomplishment I know that will continue on with other particular farms that will be developed as well. I want to read this particular passage to you that was given to me because I think it's very important that we know about this and about what solar can provide as an alternative energy for our customers and our residents. Solar farms have no combustion. They have no emissions, no dust, no noise, no precious water is consumed, and there are no parking lots, and no increase to local traffic. But what we do have is clean energy, of course, that comes from, solar with no byproducts, leading, of course, to a better quality of life. And that's what we all want here in our city, an excellent quality of life and maintaining that for all our residents and our citizens here in Lakeland. So I applaud, Lakeland Electric, Mr. Ivy, where do you go?
Back here.
Okay. Mr. Ivy, of course, and Jeff, and all those that came about to make sure, along with, of course, our partners here with St. Edison, to make this day what it has come to be here in our city. So thank you again for coming out and being a part of. And now, Jeff again.
Thank you, Mr. Thank you, Mayor Pro Tem. And now let's get going here. Let's see what's going to happen. We're going to watch while Commissioner and Mayor Pro Tem Walker and General Manager Joel Ivy activate this system and turn it on. And you might want to watch over here behind me. The solar panels, the tracking systems are probably waking up within the next minute or so. But if you wish to get an aerial view, we can make that. It is a designated construction site, and without a hard hat, you'll have to stay in the vehicle. But we have vehicles available.